Welcome to our channel. I love it when I get a request from somebody that's young, wanting to know what their numbers might look like. Got a request for somebody that's 32 years old. He's told me he's got $136,970 saved already. Good job. He can save $1,162 a month. What do you think his numbers might look like by retirement? That's what he wants to know. Take a guess yourself. Here's what we do on this channel, folks. $1 Million Made Easy is the name of our channel. We set up spreadsheets and run numbers. And what we do is use the numbers for the last 100 years for the S&P 500. And we just pick a year. For example, 1934 numbers. These would be the numbers going down through there. Here's the actual numbers that we actually use. 100 years worth of data. So let's go ahead and run the numbers for him. It's got 136,000. Make sure I get this right. 136,970. And he says he can save 1162 a month. I'm just going increments of, let's just do 1150. And what we're going to do is update this, and we do it for every single year. So this is showing 1934 numbers going down through here, what you would have. This is a summary box. If we pick a different years, obviously it's going to be different numbers, but if we run it for the whole year, or the whole 100 years, for every year from 1925 on, it's going to give us a range. And we're going to be looking at the range, since he's 32 years old, we're going to look at the range from 26 years from now to 35 years from now. Again, we simply project ahead what similar returns might do for him in what's happened over the last 100 years. This is the amount of money in this black row of what he put in those time periods. And look at these numbers, folks. Let's see, even in a 26-year period, which would be by the time he's 58, he would have put in $495,000. And in the worst case scenario, in the last 100 years, he would have $2 million. The median in this column is 3.415, and the best case scenario is $10,655,000. This is the actual breakdown for the 26-year period. I've got them color-coded to help you see a little bit better the differences. 64% of the time, color-coded in green, you'd have at least $3 million. 33% of the time, color-coded in blue, he'd have at least $5 million. And 12% of the time, color-coded in gold, he'd have at least $7 million. That's if he does it at age 58. What if he goes to the earliest he can retire would be, let's see, 30 years, 32, age 62. If we're looking at Social Security here, look at the breakdown for the 30-year period. Worst case scenario, 3,880,000. Median, 5.598 million. Best case scenario, 13 million. That's the range we're looking at for 30 years from now. Here's the actual breakdown for the 30-year period. 100% of the time, you have at least $3 million, color-coded in green. You can see some down through there. 66% of the time, you'd have over $5 million, color-coded in blue. And 31% of the time, color-coded in gold, you have over $7 million. This is age 62, and you can see the color coding is mostly gold once you get out to 60. By the time he's 64, 66, and 67, which is full retirement age for Social Security, it's basically all gold, folks. Let me click on here and show you the percentages. See the 100%? 100% of the time, you have over $7 million. If he goes out at 64, this is the breakdown. 100% of the time, you'd have at least $5 million. You can just see the breakdown right there. But again, in 35 years, in these time periods from 26 to 35 years, we got to take into account inflation. We always want to be realistic here because these numbers are incredibly good. But what we do on this channel is we just plug in an inflation rate, and this rectangle right here gives you the values of these in buying power in the future. For example, if we're looking at the 30-year period, and he's got, he had to be when he's 62, even in the worst case scenario, using numbers for the last 100 years, he'd have 3.88 million. That would have the buying power in 30 years of 1.598 million. The median in this column is 5.598, would have the buying power of $2.3 million. Again, this is using a 3% inflation rate. We can change any of these. Now, I always like to kind of include or take out the outliers. In other words, those returns in the last 100 years that were really like the absolute worst case scenario and the absolute best case scenario. So let's go ahead and do that. Let's say we eliminate the bottom 4 and the bottom 5 bottom 4 and the best 4. Actually, I need to make that a 5 here. And it'll change all these numbers right here. So if we take out the outliers, the worst 4 times in the last 100 years and the best 4 times, these now are now the breakdown for a 30-year period. You have 4.165 million in the 5th worst case scenario in the last 100 years, which would have the buying power of 1.715. But hopefully you get what's going on here. I like to show the worst case scenario, but I also want to be realistic. These worst case scenarios are probably not going to happen, but just in case, again, what was it? What was the difference between absolute worst case? Watch this, 4.165 million, 3.8. It wasn't a whole lot of difference there, but I always like to just kind of take out those outliers. Or probably the worst case scenario is not going to happen, and neither is the best case scenario in the last 100 years. But you can see the breakdown here. I just want to run the numbers for him to show him he's well on his way to having a comfortable retirement. Again, we use the returns for the last 100 years. There's no guarantees, but if it's been doing this for 100 years, and we can look at the worst case scenario like depression type returns, we figure it's not really going to be much worse than what the worst case scenario looks like. He's going to be in fine shape when he goes to retire, regardless of what age he picks. If he's got at least 30 years for these numbers to grow, you can see how much gold there is. Again, gold is at least $7 million. Blue is at least $5 million. And you can see these golds and the blues right there. But that's what we love to do on this channel. We love running numbers for people. I love it when young people ask me to run their numbers. If you want me to run numbers for you, just ask in the comment section, and I'll try to get to them as quickly as I can. Please consider subscribing to this channel. We cover all kinds of different numbers on this channel. We create all kinds of different spreadsheets to help answer some of the questions. In the accumulation stage, like we have here, we also have one where we do that. Once you reach retirement, we start taking the money out and see where you're at. But that's what we do in this channel. We just love running numbers for people. Please consider subscribing. Please share this with others and let people know about this channel. Please like the video, and thanks for watching.